Welcome to the first ever 11:30 WDFN Friday Faceoff. It's Eric Chase, Matt Shepard. We're on air most of the day. We're glad you're here. The Friday Faceoff, today's topic, the first ever topic, is about, well, who else would it be about? I've got Linsanity. I've had it since last week. There's an all-star game coming up in a few weeks down in Orlando. A lot of people think he should be part of it. Will he be?
He should be part of it. And I would go this far. If Derrick Rose can't start, and the reigning MVP is a starter, but he's injured right now, back spasms. If he can't start, Jeremy Lin should take his place. There are other guys deserving, but Jeremy Lin is the hottest name, not just in basketball, but in sports. When you have Shaquille O'Neal tweeting about him, the President of the United States commenting about him, and a former New York Knick who won a world championship in 1973 suggesting that he's similar to his teammate like Walt Frazier, this guy has taken things by storm in the entire sports world.
Not surprisingly, I disagree, or I have an alternative opinion on this. Forget about the All-Star game. There's a bigger part of the weekend he's missing. I know he's new. I know he's just 7 games into this, but he's not part of the rookies and sophomores game, which is the Rising Star Challenge.
Right.
The draft, Shaq and Barkley, maybe he'll show up there. Maybe he'll be a commissioner's pick. But how can you not have a second-year player as part of the rookies and sophomores game? If you were to leave him out of the All-Star game, that's fine. Put Rondo on the team. Put another great young point guard on the team. Get Kyrie Irving involved. Those guys have more talent. I get the sensation that is Linsanity. I'm Linsane. I don't want the cure. I don't need him in the All-Star game. That's going to be a spectacle in itself. I want him in the Rising Stars game with Shaq and Barkley. That's a true spectacle. It'll raise the profile of that game, possibly even over the All-Star game itself.
Well, it's a good thing you're not the commissioner, because that's where you want the eyes. You want the eyes on the All-Star game, not on the sophomore rookie challenge. Nobody cares about that. That's not on the ideal day. When you see the NBA All-Star game, you want him playing against the very best so you can continue to market. This is a league right now that's still struggling to get away from the lockout. Players can't do everything fundamentally sound. Players make too much money. Owners don't care. This guy allows us a diversion to all that because he does so many things well. He appeals to so many people. He's across the board. He deserves to be there. Brandon Jennings is a good argument. Rajon Rondo is a great argument. Had 35 against the Pistons the other night in a career high. Very deserving. Carmelo Anthony is starting. He's only played 4 games. Luol Deng is playing in this game. Don't give me about who should be there and who deserves it. Let's talk about what this game is really about, and that's popularity.
I don't disagree, but I know that Brandon Jennings is a good point guard. I know
nobody outside Milwaukee knows him.
I know that Rajon Rondo is a good point guard. I know Kyrie Irving is very talented. There are still some questions and possible flaws and weaknesses in Jeremy Lin's game. Maybe you don't put him in the All-Star game because he will be by far the least talented player in that game.
Really? Have you seen Roy Hibbert play? Are you saying there's no flaws in Roy Hibbert's game? There's no flaws in Paul Pierce, who needs a wheelchair to get up and down the floor?
If you put Linsanity out in that All-Star game and he's exposed as a role player...
How can he not be exposed? He had 38 against Kobe Bryant of the Lakers.
I'm just saying, you put him out there with a bunch of All-Stars and somebody wants to take him to town, you expose Linsanity, it's over, the buzz around the NBA is gone. Everybody's watching the All-Star game.
No way.
Nobody's
the buzz continues and no one takes the NBA game seriously. If they look at his line and go, oh, I'm sorry, he was 4 for 15 against the Western Conference All-Stars, nobody cares.
Can't poke holes in the game right now of Linsanity. Friday Face-Off, every Friday. You can watch it and decide who you agree with at WDFN.com.
Who's right, a Tampa Bay Rays or Detroit Tigers cap wearer?
You decide. WDFN.com.